Good evening, passengers. Our maintenance crew broke off all the ice off the phalanges, so it is smooth sailing into the weekend. And as always, please observe the no smoking signs.
We've only had one conversation, but I can tell we're going to be lifelong friends.
Job, Rem.
Thank you.
Yes, the phalanges.
The phalanges.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would have thought I would say that correctly?
Oh, I know. Bonssa probably would have.
You're getting good at that.
What?
Bonssa.
Bonssa. I feel like I'm from like
Where?
across seas or something.
Across seas.
Some sort of foreign country. Bonssa.
I mean, it is a foreign name.
I like it, though. I like it.
Now you're going to keep saying it?
I've been
Maybe
saying
that's
it.
going to be the new trend now is people saying my name correctly.
Yeah, how does it tell everybody?
You
that's
said
nice,
it.
though.
Bonssa.
Yeah, Bonssa. It's not
Bonssa.
Bonssa.
Yeah, but I like saying it like that.
Diego gets a little excited, but honestly, it's fair. It's good.
I get excited
It's
about
good,
a lot of
though.
stuff,
It's good.
Bob.
Get the Bob out there, too.
Oh,
I have a few
Bobby,
varieties.
Bonssa.
Bobby.
Bonssa.
Yes.
Bonssa.
That's how you say it?
That's actually how you
Yeah,
pronounce
can
it.
you say it and address him like that from now on?
Bonssa.
Yes, it sounds great. He said it all aggressive too. Bonssa.
The most aggressive I ever heard was in gym class in elementary school. My gym teacher, I have to back away from the mic, but he would like see my name and just go, Bonssa, like really loudly. And it echoes through the whole gym. I'm like, what am I, in the military? What is this?
Yeah. Were you athletic, Bonssa?
Never was, never will be.
No.
I'm
Nothing.
a twig. I'm a walking,
Yeah, but
talking twig.
golf, anything?
Track star?
Track star? Nope.
Oh yeah.
No, you got the build.
I got the long legs.
That's true.
I have a world record time in the 2-meter run. Yeah.
The 2 meter.
Yeah, 2-meter sprint.
No one's ever done it like him before.
No.
No one.
No.
Because no one has, and that's the only reason why I have the world record.
We have another guy in here that's a very good athlete.
Bob.
Bob.
Bob the
Oh,
Rob.
he used to shave his whole body and wear
Oh,
tight
yeah.
and wear tight
I mean, it was
underwear.
borderline like Nair territory.
Oh
You
yeah,
had to be gone.
speedos.
Oh my god.
Listen, I got my name on the board.
Did you dive or did you just swim?
No, I didn't dive. I couldn't do it.
Did you have to shave your whole body?
Yes.
And that's just there's no turbulence.
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
like a race car down
It's
at
hundredths of a second. It's arrow. It's arrow.
It's arrow.
Arrow in
Hydro.
the water.
It's hydro.
Harrow.
It's hydro.
No,
Did you say harrow?
Dude, I put numbers
What'd you
on
do
it.
with
Don't
your
let-
hair?
That one. No, I used to have it short. That was the pre-fro days.
Oh yeah, you
All
must
right,
have.
settle in.
Well, let's start the insanity.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for the next edition of the Sid's View podcast. Little bit of a bummer because our Yukon Huskies did not do anything on both sides of the court. Whatever, Diego, what's going on, bro?
Hey, listen, I've learned new names tonight. Been with these guys for a couple of years. Had a great night so far. I'm looking forward to a great show.
All right, over here on the controls, what's going on here?
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, you know, I was going to have Kyle Ricky do it. He didn't pick up the phone. I guess it's you.
Oh,
Yo, yo, yo! It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm here with my boys. Let's do this.
All right, graphic extraordinaire down there in the bullpen, ready to roll as always.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
What everybody, your man Bob back in the house once again. Looking at myself in the camera here, I gotta say this might be the last run for this iteration of the Fro. It's looking a little structurally unsound right now.
You know, he always says that, but he never really cuts
Never.
it. Over at the
You
news.
got me. You got me.
Bosses at the news desk.
my super suit?
A couple locals smelled what The Rock was cooking, and there's a change at the Speedbowl where the rubber meets the road. All that and more coming up on the weekly update.
Oh, I like the little subtle WWE
Oh,
right
yeah.
there, huh? All right, well, listen, Diego, it is a monumental time here because as our 2026 season has now, podcast season has started, we had some fun with some March Madness, but that's all over. It's time to get that Seaconk Grand Prix hot seat back up and fired up. Our man Aaron Plemons is in the house. What's up, bro?
What on, guys? Pumped to be back.
Yeah, appreciate you coming along. We'll have a good time tonight. Lot to go over. Diego, let's just get it out of the way here, huh? What were you more shocked about, the ladies losing the Huskies or the men?
yeah. You know, I was really shocked when the ladies lost. I was even more shocked honestly, at the way Gino Auriemma went
Yeah.
off on the sideline.
Yeah.
Because he's such an iconic person and
Not his best moment there.
not his best moment. And it's just he had a problem getting beat. I think him and Don Staley have a problem with each other.
Yeah, it's like the old Pat Summitt days in
Yeah, and
Tennessee.
you know what's funny? I know this is off the beaten path a little bit. After the game, that night, I think the next morning, I watched the whole. It's like a 30 for 30 on Pat Summitt.
Yeah.
What a great story, dude! If
Yeah, did that just come out?
I'm not sure, but it went through her whole diagnosis.
Yeah,
with,
she's got an interesting
with,
story.
Yeah, when she had early dementia at like 59 or 60, she was so young.
Yeah, she died young.
On the top of her game, and it was
Legend.
Yeah, she was a legend.
Unbelievable. And Peyton Manning was a huge fan and one of her best friends.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, very disappointing to see the Lady Yukon Huskies lose that game. I could not believe it, honestly, but every good story has to come to an end at some point.
Well, listen, we foreshadowed it correctly with the brackets, right? Our man Inglace, he didn't make it all the way either. You know what I mean?
right.
It just was not UConn's year.
And I was real proud of the men last night. I don't know how many people out there watched the game, but I thought UConn went in as a big underdog, and I was not upset, right,
No,
Aaron?
their loss hurt a lot less than the women's. For
Yeah,
sure.
they
And had
showed
their
up.
moment, you know.
They showed up and played against a bunch of big men.
Now, more importantly, Diego,
Yeah.
before we get into some racing,
Yeah.
I think we've successfully made Rob a UConn Huskies fan, huh?
Yeah, I was very into it.
He was in the group chat,
Yep.
like this is bullcrap all the foul. Sid's like, since
they're
when
playing
did you
rugby.
become a basketball fan? I mean, I'm like, but he's interested. He's in
Yeah,
the chat with us. I'm
it
No,
was
like,
I mean,
pretty cool.
I said it there in the chat. I feel like every year I get into it with like 4 games to go, and just enough like starting to figure it out and be like, oh, I can get into this. It's over.
But honestly, it's hard not to look forward to the championship
agree.
game, right? You're
It's
like,
exciting.
I'm getting into it. I mean, but
For sure.
I was asking my friends, like, are we watching this or not? I was like, I'm the one saying this. What the hell happened?
right.
What a change.
All right, so listen, let's before we get the show really started here, Diego, we got to make sure that everybody knows that if they want to get into that live chat, you got to go to youtube.com/SidView/join. $4.99 a month, you get bonus content every Thursday. Now, listen, last week we were fortunate enough to have over 1,200 viewers on the podcast. The numbers have been great, by the way. We've been doing just a little bit better than last year, which is always great. Means we're getting a little bit more people to watch. We love that. But how about the full interview that Bonssa did with your brother Sean? Got just as many, 1,200 views on that bad boy. So
stellar, and it was a great opening for the new segment.
yeah, for the hotline.
It was
Yeah,
handled great, and I think I watched it twice.
yeah. Oh, Remy says I got to take that down there. Thank you, my dear.
Yeah, I did watch it twice, so it was awesome to watch, and that's what's great about this show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, listen, we hope to get back to the hotline, and hopefully we'll get another marketing partner on the board there, and we'll get back to that and get some more people to join the show every week, remotely at least. But, Diego, I think we got to get things started in that live chat that I mentioned, don't you think?
Let's do it. All right, here we are, folks, with the Mid-State Site Development live chat poll question of the night.
All right, let's go.
Okay, here's the poll question. Which driver has the best chance to sweep both the Whelen Modified Tour and the Monaco Tri-Track races at Thompson this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
We have four choices here. 1, Ron Silk. Now, that boy is badass.
Yeah, he's good.
Patrick Emmerling with the Deal Head Quest. Woo! They show up at Thompson for sure. McKennedy is always a big dog.
Mm-hmm.
For me, maybe someone else. And I would wondering if my boy Tom over there has
Oh, okay.
somebody.
We're going official names. Well, James, other drivers that are doing double duty is Teddy Hodgson.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Kopsick, Kyle Bonsignor, your boy MC3,
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Williams, Eric Goodale, Austin Beers, Paulie Hartwig, Matt Swanson, and Eric Burnt are all scheduled to do double duty.
stout.
So
Yeah.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Stout!
Oh my God, I love the
So,
legal names flying
That's
tonight.
great. It's that time. So all our podcast members, you can now vote in on the live chat. And Sid will give updates as we move along tonight. So thanks to Mid-State Site Development for bringing us the live chat poll tonight.
And as you have you bring up mid-state site development, why don't we get a little of this action going? We will. Bonssa's going to get us the recap of everything that went on, but let's go down to Rob and realize that it's almost time, baby. The local race season is about to get underway.
Yep. These
Just
two,
days away.
These two things inspire very different moods for me right now.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be something about this.
Our man Aaron was up there today, were you not?
Yeah,
Really?
we
Yeah.
did a little test action today.
Yeah. How'd it go?
We shook down the car. It's so important to do that, especially if you're shaking down your car. Thompson's a scary place to do it the first weekend.
Dude, we've had this discussion, remember, a couple weeks
It
ago.
is
Yeah.
so scary. So I feel like it was good many spent today to just figure it out, see what. We had a couple mechanical failures that, we were able to fix in the shop tonight. And, the guys are doing it right now. And better to do it this weekend.
Right on, man.
What we talked about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, Bonsa's got all kinds of stuff to go over here, so let's just get it after it. Here we go.
It's the weekly update sponsored by Dale Hedquist Motorsports, and we begin at the Rockingham Speedway on Friday, April 3rd, where the NASCAR Truck Series competed, and Gio Ruggiero finished 17th in that race, falling to 6th in the standings, 41 points behind the leaders of Corey Heim and Caden Honeycutt. Luke Baldwin finished 21st in the race, and Mike Christopher Jr. wound up 23rd after a late race spin. Heim won the race and shares the point lead with Honeycutt, despite competing in just 3 of the 5 races thus far.
Damn.
Isn't that badass?
Dude, he's
Seriously,
so
right?
Dude,
good.
Corey's so
It's
amazing.
insane he doesn't have a cup red. It's actually madness.
Listen,
He's so dirty.
More than that, I mean, if you guys watched the race, Caden Honeycutt should have won the race.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Heim did Heim things at the end to
Yep.
make sure he won the race,
Yep.
and it was just
No, but he
a
used that lap
veteran
car.
move. But, man, Honeycutt was real quick at the end.
He was right there.
And his lap, their teammate, which was Greg,
Tanner Gray, yep.
Yeah.
had kind of decided the race a little bit for those guys there at the end.
Yeah, lap traffic, and he chose to stay in the outside line where
Oh, yeah.
Honeycutt was because they were side by side for the lead, and that's all she wrote. But Christopher had a little half spin during that race, and I was actually impressed. He did a good job saving that truck coming
Oh,
off
yeah.
of turn
Yeah.
2.
He's a shoe. Greg, I mean, listen, it's only a matter of time. The Rock is not an easy place
No.
to go show up and say, hey, let's go big dog it here, right? Because these guys that have been there multiple times, a lot of those guys, a lot of those different drivers. So I suspect, listen, it's really his first race after Loudon, right? Loudon's his
Yep.
home track for the big
Yep.
tracks for NASCAR. So, listen, I'm looking forward to what MC3 can do moving forward. Yep.
MC3.
That's a great name.
It's really good.
It's a great name.
It's on the birth certificate.
It should
MC3.
be
It's all it's printed.
MC3. But listen, I want to touch back again real quick on, if we're going to talk trucks, I know we've had some local guys, but Aaron, you could probably attest this. Could you imagine, I don't want to think like this, but what Caden Honeycutt is feeling right now, right? He hasn't won a race.
Right.
He's come off, he's with a team that has just outright dominated the truck series the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think he's going through right now? I mean, last week had to feel kind of good that he probably had the winning truck and Heim had to do some different things to win the race.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as a driver, what do you think he's feeling right
So-
now? Is the pressure building only 5 races in?
I think it was building in 3 races in.
Right.
Really, I think what they won in 11 races.
Yeah, I think it was
His
11.
5th week. I mean, I'm not. He should have won last week, so that probably brings him up a little bit.
Right.
But it's so easy to lose confidence in racing,
Right.
and
Oh, yeah.
as a driver, it does mess you up.
Mhm.
It does. It second guesses yourself.
Right.
And the team, I think his team is going to remind him that there's a reason why he's in that truck, and
Right.
he's a wheelman.
He runs in the top
Yeah.
5
Right.
every week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think when he gets one, I think it's going to start coming and coming. It's
For
going
sure.
to keep winning.
Yeah.
Well, the driver team combinations, like even if it's the best driver and the best team, they still have different nuances and mannerisms that they kind of have to figure out about each other. But again, if you're driving that truck, I mean that truck was literally on train tracks for half of last year, so I get.
Well, a lot
the
of it's the
concern.
driver.
Right.
I mean, let's call it. You see what Heim's doing right now.
Right. Well, I remember there was a lot of talk. Oh, is the car just that good? Clearly, that's, it's a good truck, but it's not, far and away unbeatably the best.
Sometimes the only reason why I bring that up is sometimes it's never spoken about, and when you know this, a bad week at the racetrack, man. I mean, I know it's just supposed to be fun until it's not, right? And it'd just crush your whole week. You go in Monday, you're all down about yourself. Tuesday sucks. Wednesday, it's getting a little better because you're getting closer to racing. You get to redeem yourself a little bit. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible situation that you're in, even though it's just fun. And so I that's why I brought that up, because I know the pressure has to be mounting, if not from his team, but from himself.
Right.
Well, where is he in the points right now? Is
He's tied
He's
for
tied
first.
for first. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, there's the pressure to win is there for sure, but it's not like he's having a bad year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only expect to have 10+ win seasons so many times, realistically.
For sure.
Well, let's move down to Dominion Raceway in Virginia. On Saturday, April 4th, the Smart Modified Tour was in town, and Carson Lofton scored his 7th career victory in the Tour, his first of the year. The 99-lap feature took just over 2 hours to complete.
Yeah.
Dude, they have problems getting their show.
Yeah, I don't know
it's
why.
A reasonable time, dude. It's always hours long.
I don't know why,
Crazy.
man. And listen, not to call him out, but Paul French was on social media, was like, "Oh my God, what is?" I'm like, "What's going on?" Honestly, I knew the race was going on, but I didn't know it was going on that late.
Yeah.
So when I tuned in, they were taking the checkers. I'm like, "My God!"
They
But
had to refuel during
that's
the race.
unbelievable.
That's
think-
crazy, right?
Right?
I think 2 or 3 cars wrecked in qualifying by themselves. So you kind of figured with the bump off too, it was gonna bring some mayhem.
It
Yeah.
didn't it, Remy?
Yes. So we do have a hard hit with Sean McInerney. So here we go.
And that last lap, we saw Cisco try to push McMurray out there, but just
trouble behind that. Cars every way and a hard into the wall for Sean McInerney in the Tomeno-owned number 99.
Dude, Tomeno, they're having a tough year, man. Jeez, Lou.
Forgive my ignorance, but McMurray, is that Jamie?
Yeah, Carter.
'Cause I saw
Carter, yeah.
Carter is his son, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
races
I saw
in
the
Smart
40. I was
Mods.
like, I didn't know Jamie was out there in the mods like
yeah,
that.
the Bass Pro Shop
Wow,
and the
that's
whole
awesome.
nine. Yeah, it's really cool
I think
stuff.
Jamie's getting seat fitted for the 16. Did you see that?
I saw a
I think
picture
he's
of
gonna
that.
race a modified.
Oh,
yeah.
that's that'll be
Well, they've
awesome.
had some great. Connor Hall was just in it this
Yeah.
weekend. They've got some great people with that team, because was it Elliott Sadler that ran last weekend,
Yep.
right? So yeah, there's a lot of good people, and if you don't know who Connor Hall is, he's a short track national champ.
He's a great driver.
Great driver, and I drove for Junior Motorsports last year on the Cars Tour.
Yep.
And they just seem to be putting a lot of these good people. It's too bad they couldn't run a race better.
Yeah.
Just
For lack
better.
of a better term.
Yeah,
Right.
I
There's
mean,
no other way to put it, though.
nobody wants to watch a 3-hour race.
No
Absolutely
way.
not.
No,
Not a 90 lap 3 hour.
I mean,
I'm
I
like
love
with you.
racing,
Like
but-
it was Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I was watching the Yukon game. Like I
Right.
was, but like people were texting me, and I was like, yeah, I don't have time for that. Right
Yeah,
now.
I was watching the Yukon game myself.
yeah, it was crazy.
Aaron knows what it's like. The New Year's Bash a few
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago, 100 laps, 3 hours.
Yeah, last year was 2 hours 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've
Come
never
on.
been uncomfortable in a race car. I think our fourth red flag, our fourth one, 30 minutes.
Wow.
Fourth
Red
one.
flag?
Fourth one. And I'm just kind of like, dude, like,
Oh, hell.
You're ready to pull off.
yeah, like
My bum hurts.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, you're kind of get annoyed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. News broke late this morning from Petty Cash Motorsports that the team and Andrew Moeller have decided to part ways just 4 days before the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series season opener at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park. Both sides mentioned in their own statements that circumstances, which were unspecified, resulted in the decision for the two parties to separate. Moeller competed for Petty Cash Motorsports in 2024 and 25, winning the 2024 SK Modified Championship at Stafford. They originally planned on running the full Monaco Modified schedule this year. Moeller told us that, quote, losing a ride sucks, but losing one a week before the season starts stings. Tyler Mayhofer, CEO of Petty Cash Motorsports, stated to us that It's unfortunate, but I will always look back at the good times with good people. An update regarding Petty Cash Motorsports plans for 2026 will be announced at a later time. Both parties did wish the best for each other moving forward.
I'll put my resume in.
Yeah.
There you go. Come on. Come on.
You think you,
Is that a bad time?
You think you could?
Hell yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Sid's like, yeah, all right, Diego.
No way.
I
At
would
the
say
ball.
no. You would wear the black and gold well. I think if they stick with that paint scheme, and maybe
Listen,
a little purple chrome there.
It sucks for those guys, though.
Yeah.
Andrew and those guys. I mean, there's been a revolving door over there of drivers, but they've all been fast.
Yeah.
And you know, they got a championship together. You know, listen, Andrew's, you know, he's got a great little tour ride thing going right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it would have been great to do double duty this weekend. But listen, everything happens for a reason, right? And all good things have to come to an end at some point.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's hard to say without knowing, but you know, two things, like you said, like they've had success. Obviously, you win a championship, you're bringing a good car.
Yeah.
You win a championship at Stafford, you know you're bringing a good car. But that team is, you're right. There's been a lot of driver turnover, so be interested to see where both of them land and if what Andrew's going to do outside of racing for Danny Watts on the tour. So maybe we'll see him down the bowl more often.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Petty Cash Motorsports will come up with something. They
Oh,
didn't
they-
say they were out. They were saying that their plans are up in the air. So
Yeah.
they always have something in store whenever
Well, you know,
something else
sometimes
happens.
though, you just, I mean, like Tyler just got married and had a kid. You know, Ginny had just passed.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
you know,
mom.
The mom. She's been in
Yep.
the races. There's been a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and sometimes I forgot what somebody said it. Sometimes life just takes over. I mean, racing's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes life just takes over for a minute and it becomes not as important as it once was.
Right.
Max Zachem said that.
Yeah. You know, so you know, hey, listen, everybody's got their reasons, right?
It was kind of shocking though, for
Yeah.
sure, when the news dropped. Yep.
Especially right before the first race.
Yeah.
Now we go to the London Waterford Speedbowl, where they announced this morning that the SK Modifieds will be utilizing different Hoosier tires for 2026. The new combination will consist of Hoosier M20 left side tires and Hoosier M30 right side tires. It is a softer left side and right side tire compared to what the SKs ran at Waterford last season, theoretically meaning more grip at the onset, more fall off later in the run. The teams can still purchase 3 tires per event. That hasn't changed. Rob Summers, the owner of Hoosier Tire East, mentioned to us that this matter has, quote, been discussed for a couple years now. They decided to go with it this time around. Hopefully there will be better racing. The new tire combination matches the tires used in the Open Modified divisions, the Modified Racing Series, and the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series. The SK Light Modified tire combination will not change. It'll remain the same as last year.
This is huge for that. I mean, this is more important than just seeing a few more green flag passes. I mean, we've had multiple guys come on the show and say they don't even want to race the bowl because they can't get to the front in the mods. If this, you know, opens up multiple grooves, this could really do wonders for the car count there.
So better racing, he means it's going to help the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd think.
that's the main goal, is try to get Modifieds to run the bottom effectively and make passes.
You
to
know,
make more
you know
side-by-side
what I'm going to
racing.
say here is because he's my brother. But he comes in and he don't care. You know, I think at the end of the day, he wants to put on the best product. And what has he got to lose?
Yeah, take
Right.
the hammer.
Right? He's coming to he wants good. I mean, he remembers what good modified racing at the bowl was.
He was there for it.
He was there for it. He was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so I'm excited. I mean, if it brings, I mean, you know, the tri-track, when they come down, they run the tires. A lot of them run the top for the first 20. Then they all start dropping down. Some of them drop down early.
The thing, though, is that they do spray the track before the tri-track race. That's a slight
Right.
difference compared to
Yeah.
a typical Saturday.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, to me, if you're not going to pave the track, you know, you have to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether you want to spray every week, I mean, what are we going to do? I mean, how much is that, right? What do we have to lose? The only thing that may be a little shaky is that I don't think this happens a lot, but guys running Stafford and Waterford now, there's different tire compounds, you know, and I'm not sure if that affects anybody, but I think mostly the Speedbowl guys are the Speedbowl guys, and anybody that comes down, they either have another car or they're game for whatever.
Yeah,
like,
usually.
Right.
Yep.
You know, like Di Matteo's and then would come down every
Yeah.
now and then and race.
Talman ran the 6 a few
Yeah,
times.
Talman
right?
ran the 6 at the start of the year, but
Yep.
I'm more excited about my brother taking swings, right? He's doing what he thinks he has to do to improve the product. There's going to be some fails, right? Maybe this is going to be a fail.
Yeah.
But how would you ever know
You're not
unless you
gonna know.
try?
No,
Yep.
you got to take them. I mean, that's
Can't win if you don't play.
That's right.
It's been one of the most vocalized issues that it kind of feels like this slow drip feed. I mean, at some point, you just got to take the hammer. If it doesn't work, a couple weeks, all right, change it. I mean, you have to try.
Was
You
that
can't
pun
just be
intended?
complacent.
Take the hammer?
You like that, didn't you? Take a hammer
But
to
I mean,
it. That
I
should
think-
honestly be the slogan.
There's going to be a lot of these big swings because I don't think he really has anything to lose. And if it's a vast improvement on the racing conditions, maybe it helps for all divisions. The late models seem to be buried on top, but Brody, right? And Brody's the only one that can run the bottom. So, you know, if you can get some good side-by-side racing in those divisions as well, because what happens is when those tires are racing, Aaron can tell you this, the track handles different.
It does.
When you start laying this rubber all over the track, there's more grip for everybody at the end of the day, especially as it builds up over the summer. I know you had talked to somebody. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs about the track holding grip or building grip. I don't know what
Holding rubber.
Yeah, I don't know what determines that. But maybe with a softer compound, it holds more rubber. I don't know. So it's going to be a learning curve for everybody here.
Yeah,
but it's a
you got
great
nothing to
learning.
lose.
You got nothing to lose.
Plus, you're getting 3 tires a week. You're not keeping the same tires for the next week. So if you're
Yeah.
going to be getting new tires all the time, might as well go softer and see if that makes things better.
Right.
We'll go to the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series because they released their entry list for the season opener at Thompson, which is this Saturday. The stacked list includes the return of the Jimmy Page-owned 00 with Michael Christopher Jr. behind the wheel for the first time since that car was severely damaged at Waterford last August in a heat race
You
wreck.
mean destroyed?
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
they
much.
brought that car back?
Yep.
In
What
addition,
the hell?
Paulie Hartwig III will make his Monaco Modified debut. Chase Grennan, after finishing third at Seekonk last October in his series debut, will be back. Ron Silk, the defending race winner, will run. 9-time series champion Matt Hirschman will not be competing in the event. Over half the drivers in Saturday's race have scored a victory in a touring modified series.
Wow.
Diego, you know what that gives me a hankering for?
Ooh.
Oh, look who came aboard, huh?
Wow.
Our old friend Timmy Jordan. Now, he might be happy about this tire roll. I think I remember him saying he wouldn't mind having a softer tire down there. But Timmy has sponsored us numerous times since we started, so glad to have him back aboard this week. Diego, did you know that as of right now, the NASCAR Modified Tour has 32 cars on the entry list?
For this weekend?
Yeah.
Damn!
And the Monaco Modifieds have 31.
Woo!
Yeah. So 63 cars between the two series right now.
Can you tell me what day the races are on?
What do you mean now?
Saturday is the tri-track.
Oh, yeah.
Monaco
Monaco's
Modified.
on Saturday. The tour's on Sunday. Yeah. Yep.
I might have to be up there both days right there. That
Yeah.
sounds pretty promising.
So we will be there on Saturday with the full production crew.
Drones?
With Monaco. Drones, of course. Always with the drones.
You want me to hang out with you for a little bit?
I mean, I don't know.
Come on, bro.
Of course, you're
Come
always
on, Tom,
welcome.
what
You're
the hell?
always welcome, James. Just come up, give him your name, and we'll let you right in.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you're fine.
funny. Come on,
All right,
James.
Bonssa, go ahead.
Longtime local racing announcer and sports journalist Matt Buckler will receive the Bob Casey Courage Award from the Connecticut Sports Media Alliance in recognition of extraordinary courage. Don't try this at home.
Okay.
Buckler will be honored at the annual Gold Key Banquet on Sunday, May 17th. The Connecticut Sports Media Alliance was founded in 1939. Since then, their members have been, as they say, chronicling and sharing the exploits of Connecticut athletes. It's a really cool honor for Matt.
Man, listen, anytime it'd be now,
Yeah.
right? Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell
it to you.
yeah, man. Buckler is the man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
No, I mean it's really, if I had to say that, the voice of that I associate the most with, like, growing up as a kid watching short track racing, like, that's it. I would see him walking back up to the the booth there. I'd be like, oh my god, that's the guy talking. No way.
Dead Eye,
I couldn't believe it.
High Roller.
It's one of those voices you
Yeah.
can't believe
White
is like
Knight.
attached to a person.
Live
It's
Wire.
just too iconic.
Live Wire. I mean, the names he comes up with.
Separated by the length of a washing towel. I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? I don't know, but it's great.
It's great.
It's great.
I know. He had a lot of sayings. He was really good at his job. You know why? Because he really loved it.
Yeah.
He loved the racers.
Genuine passion.
Genuine passion. He didn't even have to try to be good at it. And I know I hear Barabalt and them talking. Sometimes he was kind of a stickler about prepping his show a lot, and you wouldn't believe that because he seemed like such a chill dude. But he really cared a lot about the announcing product that was put out, at least at the Speedbowl. And Barabalt will always say to me, man, he was tough sometimes. He would tell me not to do this and do this. But it was only because he had such burning desire to be the best announcing crew that they could be. So I think this is well-deserved for Matt Buckler.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
That booming voice coming through the speakers.
So iconic.
Can't
You ever
miss
listen
it.
to him, Bonssa?
Yeah. When I first came to Stafford,
Yeah.
he was announcing at Stafford for a couple years after I came.
Yeah.
And then at Waterford, too. His voice is unmistakable.
It really is.
Yeah. When he gets excited, you know it's real good.
Well, you know, there's some people in life that just have that unforgettable knack, and he's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that you'll never forget as long as I live. When you start talking about announcers, you know, Joe Golis, Buckler, Kyle Rickey. How about that one?
No, even me. I got a long way to go.
Yeah. Bonssa does a great job, and Ben Dodge. You can go on and on. They just stay in your brain forever. And, yeah, it's well-deserved for Matt Buckler because he was great at what he did.
Continuing the Dale Hedquist Motorsports Weekly Update, we're going to weekly racing moves.
Okay.
Keep Digging Motorsports confirmed to us that Josh Morrison plans to compete in the SK Modified division full-time at Stafford this year.
Whoa.
The
Wow.
two-time SK Light Modified winner will be driving a car that is new to them, which will be numbered 05. He drove the 35 last year in the SK Lights. That car was previously owned by Petty Cash Motorsports. Morrison said to us that he is, quote, beyond excited for our next chapter with our move to the SK Modifieds at Stafford. Morrison will be competing against reigning SK Light Modified champion Megan Fuller for the SK Modified Rookie of the Year award.
Good for him.
Yeah, definitely,
I'm
man.
excited.
I-
He
dude,
can
I-
shock some people.
He's
in
good.
that
He
car.
runs up front in the
Yeah.
SK Light a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I don't think he had the greatest of years last year. I thought he was going to turn it up, but those years happen.
right.
You know, there's not much that SK Light division, bro, is no joke.
Yeah.
But you got 40 show up, 35, and you got to beat
yeah.
Hovey and Angles and Fuller.
Right.
Never mind the Amanda Wests, and they're all so very good.
Yeah,
So I suspect he's going to do well.
That's such a big move.
It
it
is.
is.
The SKs at Stafford it's second to none. It's insane.
It really is.
It's insane. If you run top 10, it's a great
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, put your big boy pants on or big girl pants on when you go to run that division.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
If you somehow win in your rookie year in the SK Modifieds, you've done something special.
Right.
It does not happen very often.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Stafford SK Lights, Ken Berry of Spafco Chassis told us that his son Tyler Berry, along with Eddie Gamarlo and John Brunell, intend to compete full-time at Stafford this season, driving SK Light Modifieds. Berry won the SK Light Championship at Stafford in 2022. This will be the first full season at the Connecticut Half Mile for both Brunel and Gamarlo, who is a 3-time SK Light winner at Waterford. Ken Berry said to us that, quote, we just want to get back to having fun. Life is busy with work and everything else going on, and the lights are just a more enjoyable division to us right now.
I mean, that's great for that division. Obviously, with a lot of drivers that are moving up, moving on, right?
Yeah.
To have 3 drivers like that back in that division is great,
I'm
man.
going to miss those guys at the bowl, though.
Yeah.
You know, Gumardo
Yeah.
was really good at the bowl.
Yep.
You hate to see a guy like that. Great for Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, Stafford has the show right now.
Right.
I think it's
I'm-
great for Tyler Berry. You know,
Well,
he went-
listen, I
went to
picked
the-
him. I picked him
Yeah.
last week, bro.
Yeah, you went to the tour mod. They struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know that really does it on a team.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you gotta go back down and have fun.
Well, because it takes the fun out of racing, right? You're like, damn, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, because I mean, you know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Man, it sucks. So that's what I had caught wind that they were coming back. I said, oh boy, Tyler Berry's going to be, you know.
It makes more sense now.
And Ken
Those
Berry's
things
a hell
make
of a
sense.
chassis guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those guys working together with his son. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if you see the 76 knock off a win or two up
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Gamarlo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, it happens every year, but I look at the entry list for SK Lights and I see those 60 cars on there, and I just think, oh, God.
Right?
Like, they don't all show up for that first race, but you usually get like 45 trying to enter.
Yeah,
it's gonna
right.
be.
Now we go to SK Light news at Thompson and Waterford because Melania Shalosky Motorsports informed us that Melania Shalosky herself will plan on running the full SK Light modified schedule at both Thompson and Waterford while looking to run all the legend car races on Thursdays at Waterford. Shalosky scored her first career truck win at the Speedbowl last year.
Bro, they're living at the shop all summer.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
all-
all.
I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think it's perfect for her though. There's nothing like seat time.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I think she's great.
Oh, yeah.
If I ever had a daughter, I would want her to drive like that. Like,
Yeah,
she'll give it right back to you,
Oh, yeah.
and I just think she's awesome.
Hey, work
Yeah.
for Burns. Get in as much, anything, anywhere. Do it all.
I think
She
that's
had a-
almost 40 races she's running
Yeah.
this year. That's
She had a
lot.
great SK Light debut last year.
She did.
Yep.
She looked, I wasn't there, but I watched the Sid's View reel.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, she is hanging right there the whole time
On the
Yeah.
bottom.
on the bottom. And,
Yep.
you know, her dad, they go to the track. They take advantage of every track rental,
Yep.
and they are always there with the SK Light. It was only fit that they showed up like that because they were prepared,
Right.
you know? So good for those guys.
And
But
you got a guy like Phil
Then you
Rondo.
got Rondo
helping
there.
out.
can you got the farmer in their back?
Seriously, right? Yeah. People forget too. He won a handful of SK races there too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not foreign to those open
Flying
wheel
Eight.
things. Yeah. Yeah. It's Sylvester's car. Yeah.
Yep.
Austin Erickson announced that he expects to run all the street stock races at Thompson this year, driving a brand new car. Erickson also plans to run some Crown Vic races at Waterford, where he won 3 times last year.
That's going to be pretty good. Up at Thompson, that division's going to be.
You got something for him?
Yeah. What's up, bro?
Yeah, you just.
me and Erickson always find a way to be near each other.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. We got into it one time, and like I was younger and like, you know, just roughing. We were roughing each other, but you always are near each other.
Right.
Whenever he comes, I start 5th, he starts 3rd. It's vice versa
Right.
every
right.
time. But his car is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I already got a little wreck at Claremont with it. They're gonna fix it up, and it's a good thing you tested there with it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be stout.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race. That R&R race down there is it's an R&R race, right?
Yeah.
And a weekly street stock
Oh,
race.
and a weekly one.
Yeah.
It's
That's
the
gonna
same
be.
thing though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be great to watch, man. I'm excited to watch him this weekend.
As far as I know, he said he's only running the street stock race itself. He said R&R was not certain as of now.
And the weather's supposed to be good, right?
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah,
It's supposed
man.
to be a nice weekend.
All
Yep.
right.
All right, 2-time limited late model champion Dwayne Provost, if you remember him, revealed to us that he'll be returning to Stafford competing in the limited late model division. Provost told us that, quote, things have aligned in my personal and work life where racing part-time and perhaps even full-time is a possibility. Provost worked a deal with division regular RJ Surdell to drive his second car and will base his plans for the rest of the year off of how the first quarter of the season pans out. The 20-time Stafford winner's last start at the half mile was in 2022, driving a late model.
Yeah, we talked about this in the pre-show, and you're going to have some pretty stout guys up there to go against.
Yeah.
Dwayne's been the limiteds for a long
Listen.
time before he stopped, and he was really good.
That division's got a lot of heavy hitters, man. I mean, I remember you guys would get after me when I said, "Oh, the limiteds, they got like 5-10 cars."
No, they went from 0 to freaking hero. dude.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
it wasn't a long time.
You know
but
what
they
the
did
great part about that division is? They've got a lot of personality.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drivers in there with a lot of, including this guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different personalities. Right, here we go.
I'll
baby.
lead a group there.
Oh, yeah. Listen, when you got your own theme song,
That's right.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I can't wait. I think it'd be great. I think it's gonna be one of the divisions to watch.
It really is going to be fun
Yeah.
to watch this year for sure.
And Surdell has good cars. We've seen him win at
Oh, yeah.
Stafford multiple times in the limiteds. He has a second car in the garage. So Provost will have good equipment in his return.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch this year.
10-time Stafford winner Kevin Cormier, formerly of the limited late models, announced that he'll be competing in an SK Light modified at Waterford full-time for 2026. Cormier did make an SK Light start at Stafford a few years ago and admitted to us that he is, quote, definitely not going to be able to slide like a limited late model does. But we got a great team with Del Lavasser Jr. and Jamie Cox behind the wheel, or behind us, making it happen. Cormier is looking to put the division on notice at the Speedbowl Blastoff opener on Saturday, May 2nd.
That's great. Put him on notice because I'm in the house.
I was thinking about picking him. Well, we'll get to that later.
He's going to be good.
I know.
He's a winner.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's got a different way about him, his thinking and driving, but he's always fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's just like you said, personality in racing's everything.
Oh,
The fact that he's coming to the bowl, come
Right.
on, like we need it.
Yeah.
Right.
We need
Bring it. Oh, it's
And
going to
you
be
know
great.
he's going to push it 100%
Oh,
from the
yeah.
start.
Yeah.
He'll push that car to the ragged edge like he did in the Limited,
Yeah.
effectively.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good.
The nomination period for the New England Auto Racers Hall of Fame class of 2026 is open until May 1st. Nomination forms are available on newenglandautoracers.com. Qualifications required to be nominated include individuals who retired at least 5 years ago, anyone at least 60 years old, or someone who has passed away.
Diego, you only got a couple years
I was
left.
going to say, Diego, you're
Bro.
coming up.
Come on, man.
I'd put my vote in for you.
Bob.
I really would. I'd vote.
Bob.
I vote. I vote.
I can't even make the Speedbowl top 75. How the hell am I going to make that?
Get out there and do
Listen.
more
Shit,
wins, and you'll be
listen.
good. Come on.
Come on, Bob.
Don't get
Wait,
crazy.
you'll measure the Hall of Fame?
I'm joking.
Well,
All right.
this has been your Dale Hedquist Motorsports Weekly Update.
All right, dear Bonssa, good job by you, Reminator. Get the old vocal cords there up and ready to roll. It's that time. Our good buddy Waddell Communications, as always, bringing us this week's Nostalgia Nugget of the week. That was funny, man.
That was nice.
Well
8.5
done.
out of 10.
All right, there. You know what, Diego? The icebreaker is upon us here, only a few days away. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go in the archives here. When it comes to modified race at the icebreaker, I thought maybe I'd just rattle off the names that have actually won. Now, this goes back pre-tour, plus the tour races, then when it was open outlaw races.
This is just tour.
No. Pre-tour, and then when it was the tour, and now today when there's been open mods and Monaco mods and tour, okay? Just listen to the names here. Fred DeSaro, Ron Bouchard, Ed Flemke, Bugsy Stevens, John Rosati, Richie Evans, Greg Sachs, Charlie Jazombek, Jimmy Spencer, Mike Iwanitsko, Mike McLaughlin, Tony Hirschman, Rick Fuller, Jeff Fuller, Tommy Cremano, Steve Park, Mike Stefanik, Jerry Marquis, Chuck Hosfeld, Ted Christopher, James Savali, Ed Flemke Jr., Bobby Santos III, Ron Silk, Justin Bonsignor, Doug Colby, Timmy Salamito, Rowan Pennick, Mike Christopher Jr., and Ronnie Williams. That is quite the list of modified mavens that have won on Icebreaker Weekend. A couple other nuggets for you. There's only been 4 drivers that have won back-to-back Icebreakers. Jeff Roller did it 92-93, Ted Christopher 04-05, Justin Bonsignor 2018 and 19, and Ron Silk the last 2 years. That is in the Tour era. And Ron Bouchard did it in the late 70s, Richie Evans in the early 80s. Ron Silk has won it a combined 5 times between the Monaco, the Tour, and I think one of them was an open mod race. He has also won the last. He's won the last 2 Monaco races at Thompson. He swept both of them. For their first 2 races on the schedule last year were at Thompson. 4-time winner includes Ted Christopher. 3-time winners Ron Bouchard, Richie Evans, Rick Fuller, Mike Stefanik, and Justin Bonsignor. So Ron Silk has a chance to even up that record.
With a 3-peat?
He would be a 3-peat, correct, yes.
Right?
So nobody has done the 3-peat yet.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So he already has the most Icebreaker wins in a Tour modified event, and he would be the first to win 3 in a row. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, that car is just,
And he could definitely do it.
Oh, well, you would think so,
yeah.
for sure.
That boy is nasty up at Thompson.
So you know how we do it, Diego. Went into the archives here. We like to share some pictures. You know how we do it. Here's your boy Richie Evans, the legendary, with the old Gatorade hat. Don Honing there on the left side. Then we'll hit you up with a little Rick Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
The Art Berry days.
Wow.
And
It's a cool fire suit.
there's our boy Justin.
Oh,
Justin,
yeah.
he won like what was it, six tour races in a row, Bonssa? He won at
Something
Thompson.
like that.
Something
he
crazy.
was unstoppable there
Yeah.
for
Yep.
a period.
And then here's your boy TC.
Damn.
And then good old Mike Stefanik there with Chris Sauer and Brad LaFontaine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could say this guy is probably the favorite as we go into Icebreaker Weekend. As a matter of fact, Diego, that's probably a good time here that we give a update for the Mid-State Site Development live chat poll. So right now, Ron Silk, 45% atop the leaderboard. Someone else is getting 23, 18% to John McKennedy, and Patrick Emmerling in the one car is in last place, but it's still
How
early
could
yet.
that even be?
I know. He's had some
Emmerling
dominant
is
runs.
dominant there.
Yeah. Remember when he had the Bodine car?
Dude, if
there?
anybody, but he's done it multiple
He
times
tore him
there.
up.
Anybody can upset the 16.
All right, well,
I
listen,
think it's the one.
there's still plenty of time to vote. The show is still early. Let's go down to the old bullpen there with our man. Now, he says we're the only people that call him Rob and that he wants to be called Bob like he's my age. But I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I think I'm just sticking with Rob.
Hey,
That's just how it's
listen,
going to be.
even it's a little hard for me at this point. So while we wait for some more votes to come in, we'll get to the Northeast Performance Part stat chat here, shall we?
Let's shall.
Do great crew chiefs and spotters at the short track level get the recognition that they deserve?
Probably not.
They do get recognition, but they deserve more.
Yeah, they don't.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm just going to use my brother Nick Hovey as an example. And I think Nick really relies on Sean. Nick does a great job at Stafford, but I think it's a huge bonus. And I think, I mean, I've had my dad spot for me, and then I've had other people spot for me. And there's definitely a difference with the mindset of drivers. Maybe Aaron can tell you because he did a little late model and SK light racing, but I think a really good spotter is extremely helpful.
Yeah.
You see a lot of mentions with guys like Phil Moran and Ryan Stone, the top crew chiefs of the modified tour or the open modified scene. Yeah, weekly, they definitely deserve more credit. And the spotters, there's a lot of spotters from our region that have made it down south.
A lot.
Brandon Wilkinson, we've talked about it
you
multiple
could go
times.
on and on down there.
Ryan Blanchard's down there. He's from up here. Lucas Leone's down there.
Yeah.
Anthony Buzella's down there. They all got their feet wet spotting up here in New England, especially in the Connecticut, Massachusetts area. And a lot of people will say spotters matter. We have great spotters weekly at Stafford on Friday nights in the SKs and late models to this day that, if they were younger or they have in the past made it down south. So, they don't get enough love. I will say that. Sometimes they do, but I mean, to me as a broadcaster, I feel like I should have a responsibility to give them more exposure. But yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of unsung heroes, let's say that are a big part of the team.
Hold on a second here.
Go ahead.
Our man Keeter giving us some breaking news here.
Oh,
NASCAR denies Cletus the approval to run Talladega next weekend in the O'Reilly's car.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I wonder if that's going to calm the doubters down a little bit.
That is
You surprised by that, Rob?
I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, they approved him to run the race that he ran last week. I guess I thought it was kind of series wide. Is it really different approvals for?
What's that thing that you
miles?
said there, Rems, that they wanted to see him have more experience on short tracks? Before,
Bob Pockrass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the boy.
Says
right there.
NASCAR says they wanted to see McFarlane at more short tracks in O'Reilly series before granting approval for a 1.5 mile track.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
The approval process is a little more strict when you get to the faster tracks.
Yeah, because you don't want a spin in the middle of the pack like that. I mean, there's a lot more that could unfold for having an incident like that than it would be at Rockingham. You don't want to see cars flying.
Yep.
Wow, I almost forget what the hell we were just talking
listen,
about.
real quick, I want to touch on that spotters thing real
Yeah,
quick?
go for it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this made a difference or not because the Chapman boys are really good. But you remember the night Taco spotted for him?
Taco being Waddell, yes.
Waddell.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Dude,
and
thanks
we
for
all
filling
knew
me
it.
in.
And so either it was super coincidental or Taco made a difference that night.
Well, Waddell's had a lot of success as a spotter
Right.
for different drivers.
Right.
There's no doubting how good a spotter he
So,
is.
I mean, that just goes to your question. I mean, does it make a difference? I mean, if you thought that night it did, then yes. Right? Because Chapman was back and forth with the lead slicing
Dude,
and dicing.
It makes a huge difference. And when you're in the pack for as long as you're in the SKs, I mean, to an extent, you're almost helping drive the car. Like, you almost feel like you're in the seat.
Exactly. It's
Right.
like the eyes behind your head. You see everything playing
Yep.
out. Now it's up to the spotter to say, hey, listen, maybe stay in line right here because, this it looks like this is going to happen.
Yep.
Boom, everything opens up. You look like a superhero.
Yeah.
That always doesn't happen.
No, I mean, I got the idea for, even bringing this up because, we just wrapped up the 60 greatest list. So we've kind of been looking at a lot of archival footage last 20, 25 years. And like at the national level, a lot of the crew chiefs and spotters almost become celebrities in their own right. Chad Nouse, Larry McReynolds. But
Yeah.
I feel like it was mostly driver looking back on the short track footage. I know the coverage was not as sprawling for a lot of the footage we looked at, but I just feel like I don't even know. I didn't even see their face a single time. They're
I
almost omitted.
haven't done much spotter racing,
Right.
but like as like a driver, when I drove a late model SK Light, you really can't see much,
Right?
even a little bit. So having a spotter that you trust
Yep.
for your $100,000 race car
Yep.
is everything to somebody,
I've heard
especially drivers.
I've heard people say they'd rather have no spotter than a bad spotter.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because they can lead you down the wrong path.
Yep.
That'll be costly in the end.
I can say this. My brother brought up a valid point in the chat. Early in my late model career, I'll never forget this. I had this deal going with the Bill Whites who owned Beechwood at the time, and it was Richie's old car owners. And when Richie got hurt, I took over, and then we ended up going late model racing. Richie Brooks, I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And I remember we struggled the first couple weeks, and we had a brand new car, brand new GCR motor. And I didn't connect with my spotter, right? And we were going on like 4 weeks. He was my tire guy spotter.
Yep.
4 or 5 weeks. And I'm like, they were literally calling us to line up. And guess what I do? I run up into the stands, up to the top row. My spotter's sitting up there. Now, he helped put the car together all winter. He's been spotting for me for 4 or 5 weeks. I said, I need your headset and radio. He says, what do you mean? I said, just give it to me. And I went and found my brother and gave it to him. Right? Now, that's a big ball move.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Oh, yeah.
calling us to line up, and I went hauling.
Oh, that's mega ball.
Right? Guess what happened?
Oh, come on.
You won.
First win.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. And so if I didn't win that night, I probably would have been the biggest jerk with my team, my car owners, and everything. We just happened to win, and we went on to win a bunch of races against Corey Hutchins with strategy the whole time. Sean's like, hang him out there, hang him out there, hang him out there, go. Boom. Then we would take off. So in those circumstances, it's extremely helpful when you have somebody that's raced
Yep.
that could really help guide you and just keep you focused in what's going on, So it was a very valid point that he brought up. I'll
Yep.
never forget that when I went and grabbed that. I felt like a jerk for doing it, but there's a point where you have to think as a
It
driver,
shows how much
you
it
have
matters.
to do what's best for you.
Yep.
I can't do what's best for Bonssa tonight. I have to do what's best for me because I don't want to keep sucking.
Right. Yeah. No, from the competition aspect, it matters. But even like the media side of it, we've said it, I think, already on the live tonight. The personality is everything. And you think some of those drivers have a lot of personality now. Like, see them interacting with their crews and spotters. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's borderline sitcom material
It's
at that
great.
point.
Great question.
Well, I got one more for you.
Okay.
Hit it.
And this is very relevant with our guest here tonight. Was there really a difference in driving conduct between the Bowl and Stafford drivers last year in the street stocks?
Ooh.
I think so. No?
People will tell you different things out there. As a leader of the Speedbowl,
Okay. What is this, propaganda you're
He's
yeah.
just taking it on. Hell
as a
yeah.
leader of, there was a difference.
Yes.
There was a difference, a
Yeah.
1,000,000%. There's some guys will say there's not. There was a 1,000,000% difference.
So you don't think it's just good old fashioned tribalism? There's some real credit to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I tell you? I know I talk so much, but this is
No,
what it
go
was.
for it, man.
This is what it was
We
like.
love it.
This is how I feel, right? Because I literally love what the Roots have built in Stafford Speedway, but the Stafford Street Stock Drivers is like a club of drivers. Like it's a drivers club,
It is.
right? That's what it looks like from the outside.
Yeah, because you're not from Stafford.
I'm not, but every
Well, it looks like
single
that at the ball,
Stafford
too.
regular really dislikes when a guy like Aaron or Sean
Yeah.
or somebody like that comes in and disrupts the club.
Right.
Does that make sense? That's what it seems
I
like.
suppose so, but that goes both ways.
But it does.
Right, like if
But
a Stafford guy came down and won every street or race, they wouldn't be happy.
No, it would be great. But that's just how, maybe it's because I'm a speedbowl guy and we've always had that.
Well, yeah. Well, you can look at like rivals. So
Right.
like it was never Speedbowl, Stafford.
Right.
It was me and Downey. Well, me and the whole Stafford people. And then it was the same thing. It was the same thing with Sean.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Sean
Yeah.
ended up getting chased around a track by some guy on foot.
Right.
It wasn't a bull guy.
No.
It was just how it is. Like you said, like
Right.
if someone from Stafford came to the bowl, they started kicking my ass, I would be like, yeah, this ain't gonna
Right.
happen. It's just
Right.
it's just how it is.
No, I
Defending
think,
your turf.
Yeah, Bonza
Yeah.
described it last year.
Right.
Sort of like the invader angle. I
Right.
thought, and it made the series. I thought, excuse me, division
And that's
wildly more entertaining to watch.
right. That's no downplay to
Right.
what Stafford has built because they
No.
have a great group of camaraderie with all the drivers.
Yep.
And but when somebody comes in
Oh,
like
it was
that,
awesome. It was
yeah,
awesome.
you know that's why the Speedbowl hack became about because, I mean, you're messing up their club, right? You don't mess up our club. And
Yeah.
and I've even had different people that didn't have a car call me and say, and we were on the phone, and I don't even want to say their name, but I'm like, I got off the phone. They're like, you know, these guys are all good guys, and if these guys think they could just come up here and race like that, that's not going to happen here. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? Like they're racing to win races. I don't
Right.
understand what's
Yep.
going on here, but it's great that he's here and he can talk
No,
about
it
it.
definitely
was-
made a lot of talk about.
There was tension,
Yep.
especially in the tech area and
Yeah.
all of that.
It makes for fun times
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah, and they thought it's just how it was. It was a team game kinda, and when Sean came, that
Right.
kind of elevated it.
Right.
Yeah.
For like,
right.
right.
Oh, dude, when he first came out there with that car all jacked up, that first race where he was sideways every corner, I was like, oh boy, this is the start of something right here. I don't know what it is. But it made it a lot more entertaining to watch.
It might be one of the only times you see these guys work
That's what I'm
together,
saying.
right?
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's happened a couple times. I don't know if it was on purpose, but one time me and Sean were racing on the straightaway side by side, and
Right.
I think he was in the purple car. I don't know. And then he let me in line.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then one time when he actually won, I let him in line, and he
Right.
went off.
So I was like, all right, we're against the whole field here.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that with the bunch of Stafford guys coming down for the OG race at the end of last year, that some of them will dabble at the bowl on Saturday nights?
It'll be easier to make the jump for sure,
Well,
right?
I think they will. Right? It's the same exact car, same gear, same tires, same everything.
Yeah, that'd
Right.
be cool.
How could you say, let's go try the bowl tomorrow night? Right? Things aren't going great
Why
at
not?
Stafford.
Why
And
not?
I don't think it was, I think when they came up with this, they just wanted to get back to more grassroots, right? Because
Yeah.
the other division was getting out of control.
Right.
Your story.
Do you think guys will come down?
I hope so. I really think they will. Some guys like I think Minkler.
Yeah.
He just wants to have fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
he's competitive, but it gets to a point where he's kind of just he's just there to have a blast, right?
Right.
Some
Right.
guys are there to win championships. Some guys are just there to have fun, and he falls under the having fun category.
But still wants to do well.
Yeah.
Right,
Great looking
exactly.
car too.
So I think he could do well. I've told him this. I think he could do well at the bowl too. So I just hope some of them migrate. I hope the 55 that Brandon Warren, he has 2 cars
He
now.
has 2, yep.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that he brings one to the bowl.
Yeah.
Drives it, has fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to
Right.
see that division strong again because if you haven't watched the Strong Speedbowl
Oh my
streeter
God, dude.
race,
It's
man.
it's
Oh,
incredible.
it's a
yeah.
dogfight.
Well, you have
Yep.
to think it might almost help the division across the board at both tracks. You're going to have more guys hopping over for one-offs. It's just going to grow the count of that car in the area, I think,
Yeah.
a little bit, which is going to benefit everyone. All right, that's the stat check, guys.
Good
Love
one.
talking about some streeters. I get lost into sometimes. That's my division right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Good job by you there, guy.
Thank you very much.
Let's, Diego, another new sponsor. Let's just get to the graphic first, shall we? All right, DDP, the Driver Development Program. If you don't know, that is Johnny Morgillo and the great work that he has done revitalizing the quarter midget track there in Meriden, Silver City. So just that's been a great story. And to see all the efforts that he's done to get young guys and girls into racing.
Fantastic job.
Yeah, great to have him part of the podcast for the next several weeks for the Did You Know segment. I got a good one here for you. You ready? The aforementioned Ron Silk, he is the only driver to win a Monaco modified race at each of the 5 tracks that are on their 2026 schedule. He has 7 career wins on the series. He's won twice at Thompson, twice at Stafford, and once each at Star, Seekonk, and Waterford during the history of the series. Now, they've only raced at Thompson 3 times.
Yep.
And the other Thompson race was won by John McKennedy, which was supposed to be at the Icebreaker for 2024. Got postponed to the World Series. That would eliminate the obvious guess of Matt Hirschman, who has far and away the most wins on the series. But I thought that was a little interesting one there. Yeah, the only guy there to win on all the tracks. Diego, get yourself ready because you know how you do it here. You call it your segment or something.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Another segment of Ed Marcel Firewood and Land Clearing.
You know what? Remy's right. She's giving me all kinds of hand signals.
What's that?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
There we go.
You may continue. I know.
All right. Here we go. We got our first one. This one came in after the show last week, and I wanted to get this off because he's a really good guy, and he always watches the show, and this is Mr. Peter Pollard.
Oh, yeah, we know that guy.
Oh, yeah. And he says, good evening, guys and girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to comment on Sean being the race director. I do believe that this addition to the staff at the Speedbowl is going to be great for Waterford. He is so in love with the bowl. My only concern is that we change too much too fast. Rome wasn't built in a day. We don't have people knocking down the door for this job, and someone who is wanting to take that job is better than asking someone to do it who doesn't really want to do it. Excited to see what comes this year and want to ask the racing community to give this a chance before giving negative comments before we see what happens. I love the podcast as always. You guys have a great night.
All right.
So he brings up a valid point.
Sure.
Right? I mean, and Sean's taking some swings right off the rip. Tires.
100%.
And he's trying to make things great. So
diesel event.
The diesel event, right? And I'm sure there'll be more.
So I think I agree with Pete. I think he makes a good point, too, because I think that there is a section of the community that is probably going to be impatient to have things be better quickly.
Right.
And, I mean, we all want that, really, right? But I think Pete's right. Like, it's going to take time. And Sean just can't come in there and change everything for the better overnight.
Right.
And we kind of talked about this before we went live too. I definitely applaud him for trying a bunch of new stuff. I've always been a big fan of, I'll take somebody who tries 10 things and 6 of them miss and 4 of them don't, than somebody that doesn't try anything.
Right.
And I think that if everybody can just, and it's hard, I think as the years have gone by and we've gotten a little bit more cranky to have things change for the positive, I think it could potentially only be human nature for people to be impatient. But I echo what Pete's saying there, that we kind of have to give this time, and hopefully Sean gets to implement the things that he wants, and it's changed for the good. Yeah,
for sure. That was a great answer to that. I have another one here. This is from our good old buddy Jeremy. And Jeremy, we know you sent one the week before about the Kevin Harvick thing, but we're just not in touch with that yet.
Yeah.
But anyways, here's his question of the week. Did you see Cletus debut at the O'Reilly Series and dive bomb on lap 3 and get loose?
Well, if you did not, I
that's
do
how you
have
do
the
it.
replay,
That's
everyone.
right.
So.
Let's go.
Do it, Remy.
Here's
Come
what
on.
we saw.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that's 3 into 1. And we know that 2 wide is hard here, being 3 wide and being on the bottom. So this is an aggressive move.
Lap 3.
So he goes off, and just the track condenses.
it
the
feels
same
different
token,
after
you
Cletus
lose your
chase.
right rear side force because you've got a car on the outside of you. This is all the things he had.
Yeah.
Huh. What are your thoughts?
Well, that's why
Couldn't
you
have
just
said
had
it
the
better.
breaking news at Talladega, man. You kill somebody,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you got to know what you're doing. I mean,
Do you think that move right there was the deciding factor?
well, I think anybody that was on the fence that
Yeah, I
that's
guess that's a better
making
way
the-
to put it. Right. Yeah.
that's making the judgment when they see that on lap 3,
Yeah.
Didn't help.
they're just like,
Yeah.
but they know what he brings to the table for NASCAR.
Rob, are you disappointed that with him not there, your ability to possibly see a blowover has been greatly reduced?
Well, listen, it's still pretty high. It's still pretty high.
A blowover.
But listen, yes, the chance probably came down about 20%, but
Yeah.
it's Talladega. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still got a couple other loose cannons out there.
Yeah. Reminator, say words.
So, if any of y'all have any questions for us, please send it at sidviewpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you. Back to you, Diego.
Oh, yeah. Get them emails in because I love reading them
Seriously,
things.
let's go.
All right, we got another one here from my buddy Joe Pavo. Pavo. All right, here we go. This might be one for you, Bonssa.
Okay.
I have really been enjoying Flow racing, and it showcased some great tracks that I would love to visit. I'm sure people come to Stafford after watching on Flow.
You damn right, wise ass.
Well, yeah. I wonder how it affects attendance. And my question is, why don't tracks publish attendance for the races? And I'm going to keep going on and we can answer them both. I often wonder on a beautiful Friday night how many fans are at Stafford. Does Flow Racing have a positive influence on tracks? I sure think it does. What are the positives and negatives in your opinions on Flow?
As far as the pros and cons, if Stafford did not see a benefit from live streaming, and I think most racetracks would feel this way, they wouldn't do it.
Right.
There's clearly a benefit for a track like Stafford or Thunder Road to have live streaming. Yeah, the attendance is one thing, but listen, I've had people come to the track for a special event that told me they watched from Ohio or the West Coast. And they watch from everywhere. And the likelihood of those people coming to the track is extremely slim. So I don't think if there's any change in attendance, it outweighs the benefits of broadcasting for a track like Stafford. As far as releasing attendance numbers go, I don't know if that's ever been a thing at the local short track. Yeah, they did it in Cup.
I'd be curious what the difference is, though.
What do you mean, now that they're on Flow?
Yeah, versus when they weren't. I mean, do the route see a huge drop-off in numbers?
I don't think it's if there's a drop off, I don't think it's huge, but it definitely will have some people on a day where the weather's a little bit iffy, rather stay home than go to the track. But honestly, I think you'd have that type of situation even if there was no streaming, because a lot of people these days, if it's gonna rain, no matter if they can watch at home or not, they're not gonna go anyways.
Yeah, I mean, my guess, obviously wasn't there when the switch to Flow first happened. My guess is that there's a little bit of a U, right? Like, you first announce Flow, people get the idea, oh, I can watch this from home. But I think what they see is that the added exposure from the coverage and the ability to just get highlights out so fast has, I would think, maybe even slightly increased the weekly attendance. I mean, clearly it's not enough for it to be a big problem for them because they're full steam ahead on the streaming side.
I think people watch it and they're like, oh my God, we got to go
Right.
there next week.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it.
Especially
That
when
too.
they show the facility, or like, oh my God, they got a bar.
Right.
We can watch racing from the bar.
Exactly
like, it's
right.
just type that stuff. Stafford's just so cool. that once they see it, you just have to. It's like kind of people with Sid's View back in the
That's
day.
exactly where I was going, right? When in the heyday of Sid's View, multiple times during every season there, like really like 2012 to 2016, like somebody would come up to me and say, Sid, how are you, man? I grew up in Montville and I live in Maryland now, but I've been watching Sid's View. And
Yeah, right.
I really appreciate you, you know, that. And so like now when he comes back home, he was going to the Speedbowl because he was watching Sid's View.
Yeah, right. He felt like he was still
And
in
I
touch.
think, Stafford's got to be feeling that too. I can tell you for me, Tisha and I went to every Stafford event in 2013, but outside of that one season, since they've been on Flow, I've gone to Stafford way more times than I did before they were on Flow.
Yeah.
So for whatever that's worth, I mean, I know we do the podcast now, and so
Yeah.
we get a vested interest, but even so, I could do the podcast and not go there because I go watch it on Flow right now.
Well, and another thing that some guys in the chat are pointing out is that there's a little sponsor booklet that all the drivers get with some viewership data and things like that.
Yep.
It's a hell of a lot easier to sell sponsors when you can say I have X number of viewers on my car each week. It keeps those teams going.
Yeah.
Keeps the track product overall on the up.
Well, you got to think also, too, and I don't know this part of the game for Stafford, but the advertising that they get because of Flow, stuff, I'm talking just backboards filled up.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they all get seen on Flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every backboard. I tried to get a backboard there last year, and they told me they couldn't help me.
Yeah.
We're sold out. I'm like, God damn, that's
had
a
to-
problem.
That's probably
That's a problem to have.
They had to add more billboards.
That's what I'm saying, right? So not only that, but the commercials of like the Buzzy Transmissions, who's down in Mooresville, North Carolina, advertising
right
on a commercial at Stafford Speedway.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, there's those benefits outside of just because that person isn't sitting there
But the
anymore.
important thing to remember is, Flow's not a magic pill. And the reason why Stafford is reaping all those benefits is because they have a great product. They have a great facility. They reinvest it. If you have a shitty track and it doesn't look aesthetically well, like you were saying, like you see a bar there, like you just know watching Flow that Stafford's a great place.
yeah.
Right.
But if your track wasn't and all your features had 7 races, being on Flow isn't going to make you better.
Yeah.
Because people are going to watch that and say, I don't want to watch that
I'm
again.
happy I didn't go there.
100%.
Right. So you still have to have a good product for Flow or any streaming service to be beneficial.
And no matter how good the Flow broadcast is, and look, Stafford Speedway objectively is top notch, especially in weekly racing, but I could argue in the whole country. Nothing compares to being at the track.
Yeah, right.
There's no broadcast that'll give you the sensory experience that you would have being there in person at the track. And I think everybody would agree with that.
True story.
You want to get as close as possible, but you don't feel the rumble in your chest,
Yeah, that's cool, Joe. Joe, we appreciate you sending that email because that was a good one. It sparked a lot of interest with the crew here. So we've got one more. This one's from our good buddy Wesley Prucker.
That guy again? We
That's
know
right.
him.
I
Sure.
appreciate him always sending something in, and he's got a valid one here.
Okay.
While the smart mods at Dominion was certainly a great race for the parts dealers down south. Oh, you ain't kidding. It was not a good look for all involved.
Yeah.
But getting over that, Dominion itself looked like an awesome track to watch and race at. Questions for Bonssa and Rob. I know you both do camera work for Stafford. The Turn 3 entry camera looked awesome on the Flow broadcast. Is that a different camera that films that? Or is it just because they were 15 feet away from racing? I'm just curious, he says.
Let me say this beforehand. Dominion Raceway is kind of opposite of the trend in racing. I don't think that oval was built even a decade ago. That is a fairly new oval facility, and it is a fantastic place. I used to live in Maryland, about an hour from there. I wish I could have gone there. To answer the question, though, from Prucker.
Well, hold on a second, Bonds. Why don't we let the Reminator show the clip so people can see what we're talking about?
Top 10. Some of them have been involved in incidents, and it's just been minor for them,
Bad
and that's
angle.
why they're in that position.
Yeah, so that's the angle we're pretty sure he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're right up in it on there.
Yeah,
right
I
there?
mean, at Stafford, there's a whole bunch of grass. Like there's I assume right in front of that camera person, an actual wall.
Yeah, you can
Whereas
see it there
in
at the edge.
Stafford,
Yep.
there's
You don't
a
have
very
that.
long stretch of grass. Michael Jarvis, unfortunately, had a fun excursion through there last year.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have someone right out there on the grass with
You
the
guys-
cars going.
You guys have one that's pretty close to that. I mean, obviously, like you said, the configuration of Stafford, you
Right.
can't be where that camera was, but you have that little mini tower,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
behind the.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, you get kind of a close one there.
Yeah. I mean, how big is Dominion?
It's a 4/10 mile oval,
Okay,
I
so a
believe,
little bit
so a
smaller.
little bit smaller.
Yeah, I think it's more so just that the barriers are not configured in a way that we can get, right up in their face like that. It would be cool, but the closest we can get is with a handheld cam at times.
Right.
And I think the part of him thinking that it's possibly is another camera, I think it's because you're there and the way the lighting's going to be different, so it's going to kind of make it look a little
Right.
bit different
Yeah.
when you're that close to the action with the cars.
It's just
coming
funny
in.
how people pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? You think you're just doing something, but everybody watches everything.
I mean,
Yep.
we got to, when we doing the Monaco stuff, we've realized like there's some tracks that you can have what I call a backstretch cam, and some tracks you can't. Like you can't do that at Star. There's no
Right.
wall on
Right.
the backstretch, right? So every track is a little bit different with how you can shoot it, and that track just has that reminds me of New Smyrna. Like you can go in the infield, New Smyrna,
for sure.
and hang out in the
Yeah.
infield and turns 3 and 4. The cars go right by
I've
you.
done it plenty of times.
Yeah.
And you're like, I would go sit over there, see where the cars lift.
Yeah.
Who's lifting the latest? And I would
Right.
it's just a game. You
Yeah,
know?
it's a pretty. But you do that at any of the Connecticut tracks.
yeah.
You're playing. Yeah.
The
not good.
closest example I can think of is when we used to have the Jersey barrier wall on the mini mile for the Wild Thing carts. So I could stand right behind the Jersey barrier, and the carts are right there. It's a little bit. It takes a little temerity to stand where I stood, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the perception of speed, because I'm literally less than 5 feet away from them with
Yeah,
the Jersey barrier in front of me.
Yep.
I mean, you're panning like that.
Yep.
So you really get that sense of speed because
Yeah,
you're
right.
right there compared to at Stafford or anywhere else where you're farther back in
Would
the
that
infield.
get you excited?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Just got to watch your surroundings.
Yeah, right,
Never turn
right.
your back towards a car.
I would love to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost made that mistake in
Yeah.
the carts last year.
Yeah.
There were some close calls.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that was it. I got to thank Ed Marcel, Firewood, and Land Clearing for another awesome segment of Viewer Mail.
All right, there. Good job by you, Diego. It's time once again for another new segment. Our man Waddell, when we tell him we got a
Ooh,
new
taco!
segment,
He loves it.
He loves it. So this one, we're going to call it the Fast Five, and we are going to, whenever we have an in-studio guest, we're going to go around the horn, give them 5 quick questions. But before we do that, of course, as you know, Diego, whenever we have a new segment, our man Rob gets funky in the old animation booth. You know what I mean? All right, so we're going to try this out here. We figured, we love to play the old game show quiz music, right? So I think we'll start with Diego. We'll go right around the horn.
This is for Aaron, right?
Aaron, get your thinking
Are you
caps
ready?
on.
I'm ready.
Here we go. First Fast Five, Diego, hit it.
Emma's going to love this one. Do you think a dog actually knows what it means when you kiss them?
Okay, so it's so weird. I've actually Googled this one. I didn't want to say it earlier. but
Right.
I've Googled this before.
So this is a valid question.
It's
Yes.
such a valid question, and I think my dog does. Some other people's dog might not. But I think mine understands.
Right?
You Googled it and said that?
Yeah.
That's even great. He
I
Googled it
wanted to
once.
say that so bad earlier, but I couldn't.
Right.
Bonds, over to you.
Pineapple pizza, yes or no?
No.
Thank you.
Good answer. Rob.
How does it feel to drive the number 6-7 in the Age of Brain Rot?
Dude, I kind of like it. It's a little annoying sometimes, but I like it. So I'm forced to have fans now. Kids love it.
6-7,
Yeah.
baby.
All right.
All right, what's your go-to artist on Spotify?
Probably a little Morgan Wallen action.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Lemonator.
What do you like driving better, the street stock or limited late model?
The streeter.
Oh, he got it just
I
in
love
with
that
the
buzzer
number
beater.
ending.
Yes.
Well done, Aaron.
That
Good
was
job.
fun.
That was great.
That
yeah.
was fun.
So we'll get back after it next week. We have a who are we having in studio next week?
I don't know.
Dylan Estrella is
Dylan
coming
Oh,
to
yes,
visit.
that's going to
Yes.
be a good one.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's one of the many, just real quick, that is one of the many new segments that we have this year. So if you're interested in becoming a marketing partner for the podcast, go to sidsview.com/sponsorship. Get all the details on how you can join the team and help us keep bringing you an entertaining podcast every Tuesday night. Speaking of entertaining, one of our more popular segments, Diego, Northeast Truck and Off-Road. It's time to do some pick'ems. Here we go. All right, so we have to, I believe we need to defer to the defending champ, our boy Bobby.
Me?
Yeah. What do
What
you
the hell?
you going first? You want to go last?
Well, I thought we
You
could
get
maybe
first dibs
defer to
here.
the speedball professionals over here.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Which
so-
is not me. by
Okay,
the
so
way.
you're saying Diego
Yes.
goes first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, at least you didn't say you go first because you're the worst at this game, Diego.
No, I had to leave it to Sid.
Yeah, I
Because
did.
he then said it anyway.
I did, though. It's on the board.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, Diego.
All right, Tom, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, James. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to go off on a small limb here for the SK Modifieds.
I don't think you will.
Well, this guy here, if he runs a full season
Mm-hmm.
with this new sticky tire,
Yep.
I'm going Timmy Jordan.
Okay.
Okay.
Not
Late
bad.
models, I don't know who's racing them.
Yeah.
If I was racing full time, and if I do race full time, I would pick me,
Yeah, but we've
I-
already discussed that.
but I might not. So I'm taking Sean Gadeke.
Okay.
Okay. SK Lights,
Mm-hmm.
is his name Kevin Davis?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is his name. 'Cause he's
Okay.
really good. Trucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm taking here.
Oh, hold on a second. There's
What?
always an opportunity,
Come
right?
You like the song? Okay. You know who I'm taking? Tell me, Sid.
I don't know which one. It's a large family with a lot of racers.
I'm taking the real deal.
Okay.
Charlie Beal.
Mm-hmm.
Street stocks. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna take Kamba Jamba. Is that the Kamba? Is that his name? Her name?
Gamba.
That's their dog's name. Aaron Plemons brings home another trophy.
Okay.
I didn't
Okay.
know how Kamba Jambo was.
Mm.
New driver.
Nope, that's their dog. All right, mini stocks. We should call him the comeback kid.
Mm-hmm.
The king.
Babalako.
Babalako.
That's not the comeback kid.
Well, he took a year off.
I know, but the comeback kid's
I
Josh
thought- yeah,
Galvin.
I
You
thought it was
can't
make
just-
come back
you
to
can't
me.
just-
Josh
This
Galvin.
is all right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
you
what can
can't
we
just-
call? What can we call him? We think of a name for him.
The
It's
Prince.
the queen.
The queen.
Or-
Oh, bro.
no,
Damn, bro. I mean, come on.
He knows his name.
Queen. Okay, the legends. I'm taking. Is it? I don't know how to say his last name. Wade
Empty.
Emke, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm taking Wade Emke.
All right.
And in the Crown Vics, I'm taking Greg Provost.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot of divisions.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I'm just happy we
Who's
didn't
next?
pick for
No,
Wednesdays.
the hot
Then I'd
seat
be
is
real
next.
I'm up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's full time. I sent a text right before I got here, but I have no service down here, so I'm kind of going off a limb. But I'm gonna go with the best of all time, Keith Rocco in the SK division.
Okay.
Heard a little rumor he's full.
All right.
In the late models, I'm gonna go with my guy Sean Giggity.
Mm-hmm.
SK Light. This one I was stuck on, but I think Evan Burgoyce is gonna come back here. I think he's consistent,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and that's what you need to be. The trucks, I'm gonna go back to back. Jason Beal.
Nice.
Streeters, I'm gonna go me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
that is baller.
And then the mini stocks, I don't know, Andrew Krasinski.
Krasinski.
Krasinski. Yeah.
And the legends, I'm gonna go Dylan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Crown Vics, I'm gonna go Jay Caprio.
Okay.
So, by the way, him and I combined, all SK champions, Keith Rocco. Thompson, Waterford, and Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
That'll
okay.
be interesting.
Remember, that's me.
Yep. Good luck.
Well, a lot of people that I picked here have already been picked, but
Let's go for it.
I'm just gonna go for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Timmy Jordan
Whoa, Tom, you copied me.
happens. Listen, maybe you have a shot here. We have a lot of the same.
Right.
That was your first mistake.
Going with Gadeke. I know. I didn't want you to yell
Don't
at
tell
me.
me Kevin Davis.
I
here.
didn't want you to yell at me for using the eraser a lot, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I picked Kevin Davis for Thompson.
Oh, you did?
So I agree with Aaron here. I think Burgoyce is going to have a nice bounce back year. The trucks, interestingly enough, talking about comeback years, bounce back years. I'm going to go with the 07 Austin Law.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Gonna get your face on a spoiler, like Remy
It'll
and
be
Rob
Sid
did.
this time.
Aaron's not going to like this pick, but I'm going with the crafty veteran, Al Stone.
That's a great
in the
pick.
52. I agree. I think Andrew Krzyminski ended the season strong last year. Dylan Freeman, Jake Caprio, all the same.
Wow.
Hard.
They're good picks.
Yeah,
What are you
they
gonna
are
do, right?
picks.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Reminator, go ahead.
Oof, me?
Oofa.
Okay. I don't know. I pretty much did flip a coin for everyone, so
Oh, good
let's see what
answer. Good
happens.
answer.
Everyone likes my little bit of spice,
There's a lot of
you
sides
know?
on that coin.
So, SK, I go with Anthony Flannery.
Heard him.
Late model, Sean Gadeke. SK
Consensus.
Lights, Robert Bloxham.
Mhm.
Trucks, Jason Beal. Street Stocks, Aaron Plemons. Mini Stocks, I talked to him today. Hopefully he listens to me. John Bavalak.
Well, you forgot the syllable.
Bavalako.
Okay, there you
Okay.
He's racing, right? The full season?
You
I
better
hope I
so.
can convince him. We'll
don't
see
know.
about this.
I don't know if he is.
all right.
Legend Cars, Riley Paul, and then Crown Vic's Greg Provost. Is that how-
Prevost.
I think it's
Prevost?
Prevost, yeah.
Prevost.
So yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Good luck with the Riley Paul pick.
Thank you. I will try.
Why? What's wrong with Riley Paul?
Nothing.
Is that something I should know about?
No, go
No,
ahead.
no.
Guys, what? I'm starting to think this Riley Paul guy might not be running that much.
It's
this
your time's up. Go ahead. Make
Okay.
your picks. Let's go.
All right, I got
Come on,
Timmy
Bobby.
Jordan. I got some really original picks.
Timmy Jordan?
Bob over here has got some high key original picks. Right?
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Diego, if I pick you for the late models, are you not going to run?
He can't run. We went over this.
No, I'm going to run. I'm going to try.
You're going to run the full season.
I'm going to try.
Diego.
Maybe.
I
not.
need. Okay, I'm going Gatorade. I can't.
Okay.
I can't deal with this crap.
Oh, wow.
I picked Burgoyce for the comeback. I fear I'm gonna catch some beration if I don't do it.
Beration,
They might not be happy with me.
Big words.
I know. Hold
Gotta-
on a second.
gotta-
You can't just.
First of all,
look-
you're throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect.
Continue.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Diego. I don't mean to throw any more your way. I'll try to keep it.
Why
try to keep it-
Diego? What the hell?
You know with the words. You're tough.
Who the hell knows what? What
Come on.
did you say?
Stop. All right, I gotta continue. I gotta
We're
continue.
running long here. Come on.
Street Stocks. I got our in studio guest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think I said this. Jason Bale. I think we'll go back to back in trucks.
Okay.
Mini Stocks. Chris Garside is on the entry list.
Very good.
Never a bad pick. I'm
Never.
going with him just to switch up a little bit. I had Riley Paul, but then you guys issued an ominous warning, so I put Dylan Freeman down. And then I got Greg Prevost.
The third, or his grandfather?
GP3.
Okay, there you go.
I missed it. Who'd you pick for SKs?
Timmy.
Timmy. Jordan.
Timmy. Okay.
Yep. New sponsor.
All right. Not a bad round of picks, Remy.
No.
I believe now that the pick'ems are over, I believe Riley Paul's going SK Light Racing
Yeah, I
full
think
time,
so.
right?
Yep.
But it said on Waterford that he was still in a legend car.
He
so.
still has a car.
I mean,
Imagine he wins
I mean,
it.
if he's watching this,
Yeah.
maybe he
make
will
your
be
plea.
like,
Make your plea.
Yeah, Remy
Riley.
and Matt
Right.
Hirschman registered an SK.
I don't know if you like cookies, but I'll bake you some cookies if that means you'll race full season in a legend car.
All right, that's
Please.
not bad, Rem. We'll find out, see if that worked. Listen, Riley Electrical once again bringing us the old pop culture minute. Diego, you know, I got a couple sites that I go and look for things. They
I'm
give
sure.
they give you all kinds of stuff. Don't go get out of the gutter now. Stay with me here. Did you know April 7th is the anniversary that 3 classic baseball movies were released. You ready for this?
Oh, I know these ones.
I don't think you know all of them. Maybe.
I don't know all
Yeah,
of them.
you're not really good with movies. But anyways, 1976, The Bad News Bears. You ever seen it?
Oh, I think I have. I
don't
know
think
about
so.
them.
It's a comedy starring Walter Matthau as an alcoholic Little League coach it was a box office hit, positively reviewed at the time, yet it has not aged well, with one of the child stars, Tatum O'Neal, later saying, "It's so funny, it's so sweet. It's sweet, yet it's completely wrong. It's just so wrong on so many levels." It actually spawned 2 sequels, which were not as good, a TV show adaptation, and a 2005 remake that was directed by Richard Linklater that I don't think was any good. There's a little screenshot from there. As you can see, Matthau's the coach. He's got might be a Coors Banquet bottle there in the dugout. It's an interesting movie, to say the least. April 7th, 1989, the classic sports comedy Major League was released, starring Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Wesley Snipes, Corbin Burnson, Rene Russo, and Bob Uecker as the classic announcer Harry Doyle. It, too, was a box office hit that spawned 2 sequels that were not really any good. And then in 1993, again, on April 7th, the classic The Sandlot. Please tell me you've seen that, Diego.
Come on, bro.
I'm just saying. I got to make sure with you.
We've watched that movie. If you haven't seen this movie right
It's
here,
great.
You've got to watch. You haven't watched it, Bonssa?
Never.
It's a great coming-of-age
Oh my
movie
God,
about a
it's
group of kids playing baseball in the summer of 1962. It also stars Dennis Leary and James Earl Jones. A mild box office success spawned 2 direct-to-video sequels that I have never even heard of until I did the research for this. But those are 3 classics. Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
That was only a mild success because now it's like it's a true cult classic.
It's one of those
almost.
movies that it was not a box office success when it was released, but then it was on HBO and
Right.
streaming. And
Yeah, because I had it on VHS, I think.
Dude,
at
I
one point.
couldn't believe little JJ wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
And we've had the Sandlot behind you. Let's put up Sid real quick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're killing me, Smalls, right?
Yeah, And we've had that up there. And I come in one day, I say, Sid, you ever see the Sandlot? He's like, dude, are you serious? Like, that's how I don't pay attention, but it's been one of our
That's a great movie.
favorite movies
Yeah,
at the house.
It's a really
great.
good movie. Yeah. Reminator, have you seen it? Come on, you don't watch
I
movies.
think I did because
It's a great movie.
the
You gotta
shot
watch
that
it.
you just showed
Yeah.
looks familiar, but in my head I can't remember
It's
the storyline.
longer than a TikTok video, therefore you cannot. You don't have the attention span.
You're totally right.
Yeah, okay. All right, listen, it's an early start here for one of our favorite segments, Skake It, Property Management, going to help us out. You know how we do it.
Who are you?
All right, so Cletus off the list.
I was going to say the rest
That's
of
a
the
winner
Talladega
for the
field.
week.
Uh-huh.
That's
No, he's. I would think that he's definitely didn't win the week with the
I
news
don't
that we
know.
saw here.
But the NASCAR win the week.
Carson Lofton. How about our man Matt Buckler?
That's a great pick.
Yeah. What do you think, Reminator?
I think Buckler.
You going with the Buckler?
Mm-hmm.
Diego?
Listen, if anybody deserves it right now,
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what happens. Matt Buckler deserves it, hands down.
Don't forget now in the live chat, give us your thoughts here, because not only will I
Man,
give you...
I'm rusty on this segment. I was even looking there.
Yeah. Don't forget, Rob, you're the guy that counts these votes here.
I didn't even get to say we say it right.
How about Thompson for having some good weather? The Tour or Monaco Series for
What a
great car counts?
Great weekend coming up.
Yeah,
of
great
racing.
weekend coming up.
Man.
What do you think, Aaron?
I'm going to go with Matt Buckler, of course.
Yeah, I like that.
How do you? I mean, I don't want to influence anybody, but damn it, man.
Yep.
Got my vote.
Somebody deserves a week.
Yeah,
It's Matt Buckler.
for sure.
My
Rob,
God.
it looks like the votes. Well, listen, we'll let people chime
right.
in here. and
You're seeing what I'm seeing, though.
I'll give you the final on the Mid-State
Sure.
Site Development live chat poll question.
Yeah.
Little bit tighter here, but Emmerling still finished in last place, 15%.
Wow.
McKennedy, 18%. 22% said somebody other than the 3 that we gave him, and 45% went with Ron Silk. Hard to argue with that. He
Yeah.
has been very,
Yeah.
very good there of late. And I think, Rob, it's I think it's pretty easy here to determine.
Yeah,
huh?
should I even read it off?
Is there anybody else that got a vote other than our main man, Buckler?
If you guys all voted for him, then I believe this might be the first unanimous Who Won the Week in history.
Whoa,
That's
that's
good.
awesome. He deserves it.
He does indeed.
Absolutely.
One of the legendary voices in Southern New England, Matt Buckler, near Hall of Famer as well. And hopefully he's watching. I know that he keeps up on the podcast. So
Thank you, Matt.
yeah,
Love you, buddy.
And congratulations. So that's how you end the show on the positive note. It was a great week. Don't forget now, follow us on socials. You know how we do it here. Let me throw this up there. Reminator, I got you there. Lots of reels, funny stuff. Kids' views on Fridays. Diego, take us home, bro.
Man, I hope everybody enjoyed that show like we did. We couldn't do it without these special people. Special thanks to Dale Hedquist Motorsports for the weekly update. Of course, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget and the Fast Five. Northeast Performance and Parts for the Stat Chat. Ed Marceau, Firewood and Land Clearing for Viewer Mail. Driver Development Program for Did You Know? Midstate Site Development for the Chalkboard Chatter and the live chat poll. Northeast Truck and Off-Road for the Champion Pick'ems. Thanks to Jordan's Racing for joining us for the Stat Drop. Skate Property Management for Who Won the Week. Riley Electric for the Pop Culture Minute. Of course, Seacock Grand Prix for firing up the hot seat tonight. Special thanks to our in-studio guest, who's always a good one, Mr. Aaron Plemons. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sid, for having me on. It's tons of fun.
You got it,
Hell
man.
yeah, he's a great guest, man. Of course, Vault Productions for this kick-ass studio, so thank you, Tom.
Yeah, giddy up, James.
Hell yeah. A special thanks to all our podcast members for supporting our channel and all the channel's content, so appreciate you guys. Last but not least, all of our other viewers who participated tonight and joined us in an awesome show. We'll see you guys next week.
I'd like to say a big thank you to Flow Racing and NASCAR for the videos tonight. Also, a huge thank you to Fran Lawler, Howie Hodge, and Alan Ward for the photos tonight.
All right, everybody, the hot seat next week. Dylan Estrella. We'll do some Seacon Championship
Hell
picks while
yeah.
he's in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Go over everything that happened at the Icebreaker. We'll see you next Tuesday night.